Aurora, Indiana today. This is, I guess, my hometown. I mean, it's not where I grew up, but it's the place I've lived the longest now. Does that make it my hometown, or is it only your hometown if that's where you grow up? Well, that's something. So 3rd and Main is a fancy restaurant. It's been around for...
Yeah, we definitely would not get in.
It's expensive. It's good food. It's really good food.
Yeah.
Did you know that Aurora is the city of spires because of all the churches?
No, I did not.
There are 5 in downtown Aurora. There's a Catholic, Presbyterian, Lutheran, Baptist, Methodist. Except the Baptist moved up the hill. So they're no longer in downtown. What's that say, 1844 in the Catholic Church? Catholic Church and Presbyterian Church. That's the church that John grew up going to. Presbyterian, yep. Presbyterian Church was founded in 1850. There's a City of Spires museum somewhere.
Okay. Wonder if it's part of the Hillforest.
No, it's a different building. I don't know what that is though. Oh! Yeah, this is why you look up occasionally and not just at your phone.
Or you'd be sure enough just to walk underneath them. I have that distinct pleasure.
You do, you do. This Hillforest is what Aurora is known for. So Thomas Gaff, do you know anything about Hillforest? Thomas Gaff came from Philadelphia and wanted to build this house. He set up shop. He had a distillery over on Hogan Creek and had an architect come down. Architect that was known for, oh heck. Why can't I remember anything for more than 30 seconds?
A goldfish has better memory than you at the moment.
So Isaiah Rogers, who is known as the father of modern hotel, designed Hillforest to look like a steamboat. So the Gaff brothers, who came down from Philadelphia, had a distillery, but they also owned the Crescent Brewing Company, whose beer was so good that it got shipped out to Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll just call it 55.
What 1850s?
They built this and lived here till 1926 when he passed away. And sometime in the 40s and 50s, it was a VFW hangout. And when the VFW decided it wasn't good enough for them anymore, or they outgrew it, I guess, then the city, people in the city came together and bought it so that it wouldn't get torn down. Because Thomas Gaff had brothers, one of whom also built a house down here, but he got left in disrepair and got torn down.
Aww.
So they didn't want that to happen to this one. Whew.
That's neat.
You really should tour inside sometime. It's really cool. You can go all the way up to the top and
Well, you have a hell of a view of the river.
you can go all the way up to the top, which I'll show you in a second, and look out over everything. It's really cool. First thing in the morning, hills. I think I never walked before.
You're welcome.
And that is a special yellow color just for them.
I believe it. It looks more. I don't know. Doesn't look yellow though.
Mustard. There's little round section at the very top. You have to take a very narrow staircase to get up there. And I think, it's been a while since we toured it, but I think it was built narrowly because women at the time had those big bustles.
Yes.
And couldn't fit. So it was a men's only area by design.
Never understood that part of friction.
Oh, I mean, say the same thing about many things, like hammer pants in the 80s.
Good point. It was added to the historic registry in 71.
Yeah. There are quite a few places in Aurora that are on the historic registry. There's a... might be the other direction. There's a park around here somewhere. Mary something Park. There's an old log cabin that they have uncovered somewhere. The Herman Leave House. I wonder who that is. Oh, we accidentally went in the right direction.
Accidentally went in the right direction?
For the park.
Oh.
Of course, I didn't turn up at the park entrance, so I still don't know what the name of the park is. I think it's Mary Sutton. What's this? Louise Kerr Stark. What does it say? President of Aurora's Women's Research Club, 1912 to 1914. Why is there a random plaque in the ground?
There's another one up there on the tree.
George Washington Bicentennial Tree. Aurora, easy for me to say. Women's Research Club, 1732 to 1932.
That doesn't look wide enough to be 100 years old. Over 100 years old.
It has this flat leaves. Is that a ginkgo?
I don't know.
John Davis, I need you. Memory of R.A. and Marjorie Markwalter. Yeah, what's the sign say? They come up the proper way.
Mary A. Stratton Park, dedicated by the Aurora Women's Research Club to the memory of the first president, Mrs. Mary A. Stratton, a loyal citizen who gave herself for the good of the community. Born in 1824 and died in 1903. Look, another random plaque.
George Sutton. Oh, sorry, Georgina. I'm so sorry. Georgina Sutton. That makes a lot more sense than George.
1903 to 1906, she was the president.
They're not very easy to spot, are they?
No.
Emma Cobb, president from 1906 to 1908. At least they're all easy to see, right? In memory of Billy Backman, Ron Bennett, Mr. and Mrs. Gerald Eubank. See all those grounds up there? That's all Hillforest land. Considering the amount of huffing and puffing I was doing just to get up the actual street, I don't think I want to go hiking in the woods right now.
Oh no.
Mary Stratton Park, dedicated by the Aurora Women's Research Club to the memory of its first president, Mrs. Mary A. Stratton, a loyal citizen. Well, that's the same thing it says on the other thing. It took me that long to realize that. Wow. Okay. These steps are a little awkward. Oh, there's one that's smaller than the rest. Oh, there's a birch.
You got it, and Freddie, and Michael, and a werewolf.
And a witch.
And
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
I don't know if it's the same here in the cemetery, you can't move it.
As long as you have a resident still alive. Why would a live person be in the cemetery?
Well, no, not in the cemetery, but like if, let's say, there's no cemetery and you're all born in it, and then
We were born in the cemetery?
well, not born in it, but you were buried in it. That's what I meant to say, buried in it.
Which church is this? City Aspires. Oh, this is a historic museum. Huh. So as long as there's a living family member from the people that were buried in the cemetery, not born, but buried,
Yes,
then they can't move the cemetery.
exactly. The rain gate. It's not a rain gate. What is it called?
Oh, he's cute.
It's in the fruit.
Yeah. The St. Mary's Catholic Church. Immaculate Conception Convent. Main Street. That goes right to the George Street Bridge, which is also on the historic registry. Okay. Cool looking.
Yeah.
Hi, kitty. Oh, bye, kitty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's even spooky without trying to be spooky.
Hi, kitty. Hello. I'm not gonna wait for you. Oh, we seem to have run on the sidewalk again. Shall we cross? The Acme Mill, Ayler and Meyer Company. It appears that the 3-story flour mill on the left side was built first, and the 4-story grain elevator added to it later. Probable guess that both dates in the 1880s. Yeah, the murals on the front used to be different. I don't know what this place is. PJI. This used to be a train station, and now it's a local history library at the depot. I've never been inside here. Shall we go down 2nd Street, which is not named Main Street, but actually is the main street of downtown Aurora?
Sure.
The Southeastern Art Guild, I used to be a member of a long time ago, put murals all over the city. This place is good to eat. Have you eaten here?
What is it?
Hankering?
No.
They have good food.
I'm not usually on this end of 2nd Street.
Gamble's was the furniture store for a long time. It's closed now. That's the Opera House up there at the top. That's on the historic registry. And the library.
Kind of tucked away in.
Spent a lot of time in there. There's the 5 churches.
The what?
5 spires, the 5 churches. There's the Crescent Brewing Company, that yellow bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's their restaurant, but it's closing.
Yeah, I noticed that they were selling their aggregates.
First National Bank, established 1864.
And it's now in Hartford. And you have the Aurora State Bank, which is restaurants and apartments and a restaurant.
Oh, there's the Opera House. What was that other one then?
I don't know.
Huh. I'll have to look that up. John Neff Building.
I've been there the second time around. It's really neat. And inside it's got markings where the flood came up.
Oh, forgot to mention when we were speaking of Shucks, which was a sign back there, at the Riverview Cemetery. Shucks' wife had a car, a Cadillac that she loved, and so they buried her with it. They buried the Cadillac in the cemetery.
Huh.
The Lions Club every year has a whole big Santa display in there. Have you seen that?
No.
They do a whole big little houses display and everything, and then they put a great big tree right here in the middle of this square. And if you have to drive around the tree all Christmas season.
Yeah.
But it's just like a huge tree they put up here.
I didn't know they did a display on the inside.
Yeah, they have Santa comes and you can get pictures with Santa and everything. And there's the George Street Bridge. More murals. Did you know that that was torn down? That was torn down. The new high school was built in '79.
No, I did not know that.
And they made this whole little park area, which is really cool. We're at the river. And this is the famous Applewood restaurant that has been closed for not ever 10 years. Maybe not 10 years. A long time, more than 5.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they can't get it reopened, because it's a terrific location. It actually has parking. It's right on the river.
Might have to do with the reason why it closed.
Why did it close?
That I don't know.
Oh, well, you're no help.
But usually if you have a retail, a restaurant, whatever, and it gets bad reviews, whatever, whatnot, they have a hard time getting people in.
But I mean, people loved it. People came down like an hour away just to eat here. I don't understand. I wonder if there's something wrong with the building, like structurally wrong.
I don't know. That could be why it closed, but then why put it back up for sale? That makes no sense.
I think I need a picture with the dino. I used to work here. This was a art place, art gallery. That's the word. That's potty? No. This was an art gallery called the Aurora Borealis. I worked there for several years and learned how to make frames. Legend has it that a ferry has operated near this location close to the mouth of the Hogan Creek since 1802. Legend has it. That's an odd way to put that. Lesville Park over there. Shall we work our way back to the car?
Sure. Do you want to go up and around, or we want to go that way?
Let's just go this way because I kind of need to get back. There's a car front hanging out the side of the building. Hot rods and fabrication. Stinky Stitching. What do you gotta do to get the name of Stinky?
I don't want to know.
It's a restaurant.
Huh.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna pick up my groceries. Say goodbye. Oh, battery's almost dead.